Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Zoom?
Yeah, where is my Zoom on? Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How are you? I heard you're not feeling good. Do you have fever?
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, we're gonna have fun. Um, Dan will be joining us to kind of run through, but you
Okay.
need to share. I should give you a host, right?
Yeah, I'm going to need to share my presentation. I also wanted to do a little poll because I can make it dead simple or I can advance what I'm going to talk about. So I kind of want to see like if people are using AI every day, once a
Yeah,
week.
It's very active. So I'll just make you a host then.
Okay.
Then maybe I'll make you a host when it's your turn. Because then hold on a second.
Can you create the poll then at first? Because I
Oh,
can't.
you have to create it. Oh, I'll just make you a host. Because I'm very not good at creating polls. It might not be accurate. Okay, I made you a host now.
Okay.
Dan will be joining us for a run through.
You need lights on or something?
No, I'm good myself. Yeah, that's good. And it's like,
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this, by the way.
You're welcome.
And no, excited. We have a few EO will be joining us. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the thing to do.
I think it's
I don't see it. Usually it's right on the
It
bottom.
gave me an option before. I mean, like polls. Did you see it in the middle?
I don't have polls. Do you have polls?
I don't have it, but earlier I saw it.
That's funny.
Apps. What about white?
It's usually just in there. I'm gonna share my.
Dan should probably. Dan, are you joining us? Can you help us? Yeah. Let's blame it to Dan. I know it.
This is gonna be the
Okay.
the beginning.
Okay. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have some people. Oh, this is a school, I think, joining us. Hi, Kobe. How are you? We're still doing a run through, so if you're hearing us making a lot of noise, I think he's a teacher of one of the school.
Cool.
Dan, we're here. Okay. Okay, Dan is here. Kobe, I know you're from FCC. Just ignore. We're doing a run through. Okay. He's muted. So Dan is joining. Dan, there you go. Looks good. Okay, so she needs to create some polls. Dan. No, that's fine. Then you're muted. Okay, so Nicole needs help how to create polls. She's a host now.
Okay.
But
I don't see. Hey, Dan.
I'm not sure either. Oh, there's AI companion now? That's cool.
Yeah, and that summary thing is it's supposed to be AI.
Let me see. It says click the polls button, but I don't
I don't see the polls button.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah, I know, because people would have been just What are other options? Worst case scenario, can they just put in the chat? But then it's hard, right? Because then we don't get the data in real time. I
Yeah.
thought Zoom have that option. Then we have a professional Zoom.
Yeah.
So it should be there. I think I thought I saw it earlier.
You see in the navigation menu, click meetings.
I'm up there. And I don't see it there either.
It's almost looks like it's like when you're, it almost looks like you have to do it in the Zoom, not the Zoom meeting, but the Zoom before the meeting.
Yeah, the online one. Hey, Diana.
Hey, Diana.
Oh, here it is during the meeting. Yeah, I don't even see the polls. It just says click polls and quizzes during the meeting, but I don't see that either.
Okay,
And-
there's in the calendar invite, the Zoom link,
Mhm.
it requests a code, a login code, but there is no code. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but we shared this. We sent an email on Luma to fix it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dan, we sent an email. Can you send
Wait.
an?
How did you get in?
Yeah,
I
I think it's
just
the
click
old
on any
Luma.
other link that I had. I will always find a way to get.
It was asking for a code.
Yeah, because the first Loma invite, it has
Huh.
that double got pasted. So when they click from their calendar, they might need a code.
Like a passcode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
if you
Because
update,
people would not read their email. They'll just go to a calendar. I'm one of those person. I'll just click my
Wait, because
calendar.
I just went to my calendar now and that's how I got here and it took me straight here. No
Oh, there you
code.
go.
well, no, like I clicked on my calendar and I have actually two, and now I have two. And then on the event page, I go to my ticket, then I need to scan a QR code, but the QR code only lets me check in, but not let me go to a link. So that is a little bit complicated at the moment.
Okay, did you get an email from us, from Luma, about the Zoom link?
I got 50,000 emails from Luma. So
Yeah, we sent out a Zoom link there. Then can you make sure Luma is updated on Zoom?
I think I'm gonna have to go to your computer though.
Okay, just come in here then.
okay, so what I did is I clicked on the Luma at 7:08 that I got today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one worked.
Yeah,
That
but
one worked.
what I'm worried about is the people that register earlier. They might have the same problem.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some people coming in. Oops. Hi everyone. Okay.
I made a poll in another tool. I'll just post the poll in the chat so that we can
Okay.
do it in there.
Hi Catherine. She's muted. Okay. So we have people from Europe, Nigeria, South America, Australia, all over. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Okay. I think Dan, you just once it start, just welcome everyone. You're the host.
We have music or something?
You could be a DJ. Hi everyone. We are still doing a run through, so just bear with us. Nicole, is there anything else you need?
No, I think we've got the poll part of it figured out, and I will just demo a couple of things and do the presentation because it's pretty short.
Okay.
So we don't have too much time to play.
Okay. Wonderful.
So seems like everyone then should have the link now. Everything should be good.
Then can you just make sure that the link that they have here, because it says it requires a passcode.
Which link shows passcode?
And Luma. Oh shit, no, the Luma is already updated. Okay.
I think I think it is, usually you get, then when you update the calendar invite, then it automatically sends me an update. And I think maybe that is what didn't happen, that it automatically sends a calendar update. I don't know.
Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah. Oh, you're mute.
There you go.
All right, getting ready to do this. It is Thursday, or it could be Wednesday your time, depending on where you're at in the world. So welcome everyone. Don't forget to share this with all your friends. They can still join. We're gonna learn. Hey, we have Kate, Nicole, Deanna, Kobe, Eric, Ruth, CSJ. Welcome.
Maybe we can share the Zoom link on the chat so they can share it.
Yeah.
Yes, Diane from CSJ is from my team. My team is actually all listening in the office.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
Wow, thank you. How many is in your team, Diane?
Right now in the office, I think there are about 3 of them. Some are work from home, so basically we just wanted to really learn from you guys. Philippines has a lot to learn in terms of AI, so thank you for the opportunity.
Well, of course, thank you. We have some school as well. We got 8 more minutes to go.
Yeah, we need some music here.
You should play some music, Dan.
Well, there's actually music by Zoom. You can add it in here.
That is super cool. We should have show our own avatar next time.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Your avatar.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
also,
everyone.
do you have a good AI avatar of you?
I do, but I think I move so much with my face that it's not accepting that the technology is not accepting my face. It moves so much. There you go.
That is true. We have a new avatar. Welcome. Look at that. We have Jackie, and then looked like Bintana was there too. So welcome everyone. We got 7 minutes, and Cello's here, and keep on sharing. We got 7 minutes to go, but yeah, we just had an avatar made of ourselves, Nicole. Studio avatar.
Oh, cool.
Nicole, would you mind recording the there you
Oh,
go.
and it says recording locally, like on my.
Okay, I think because I think want to make sure that we recorded this. Maybe
Yeah,
just
local
share.
recording is normally better anyways. It uploads from your computer.
Okay, and
Do you
just
want
share.
me to stream it, or are you guys going to stream it?
We will edit it, but
Okay.
we will not do it live. Yeah. So just send me the file. Oh, we got more people. Exciting.
I'm sharing in all the places right now.
Wonderful. Dan, would you mind sharing the link on the chat as well so they all can join?
Yeah. All right. This is AI for good. You all ready?
I'm ready. You ready, Dan?
I'm ready.
Hey.
I'm fired up.
I've
Let's
got
go.
Jackie here.
It's my breakfast. Hey, Jackie. Been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
We have
everyone.
a little bit of Clubhouse representing.
That's true.
Did you see my comment in the chat?
I don't see it.
Have
Me
a look in the
either.
WhatsApp Have a look in the WhatsApp chat.
Oh,
Ah, wow. That's dedication, Jackie.
Just for you guys.
Thank you. We still have a lot of people joining in last minute. Really excited.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
Or whatever time it is around the world.
Good morning, good evening. Carla and Michael here.
Hey,
hi.
it's all different times.
Yeah.
Some of us are waking up, some of us are going to sleep,
I'm ready for a nap.
some are ready for naps.
Are you recording this, Kate, and sending it out to us after?
Hey, Jackie Chan.
Yes, we're recording it. So we
Excellent.
have
Thank
4
you.
more minutes. Super excited. So I know we have some school that doing it live. One sign up and it's
So who is this? She wants to add her Fireflies teleprompter. I don't know how that would work.
I think they
Can
can
we-
just join in. I think that's an AI bot.
Yeah. Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a teleprompter for Fireflies. So do you
Yes.
mind if we add it in? Okay, we're gonna set it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
set it
thanks.
up.
Yeah, perfect. I don't know how to add it from here.
Oh,
I just-
it's just gonna ask for permission to get in.
Oh, Nicole is the host. Nicole, would you mind?
yeah.
Awesome.
I just put in the chat asking where everybody is from or where you're located right now. I'm in Vancouver, BC, and it is freezing, literally freezing at the moment.
Yes, put in the chat what city and country you're from. This is
I know we
fun.
have a lot of continents right now here currently. We just had Australia go live, right, Jackie?
Oh,
Chan?
yep.
He represents all of Australia and possibly New Zealand, correct?
Yes, and India too.
And India too.
See,
Sure.
Diana is in 2 different countries, Germany and Mexico.
Dublin. I'm going to be in Melbourne next fall. Moving my child there. We'll have to meet up in person.
Well, welcome everyone. We have 2 more minutes and we will start on time, on the dot.
On the dot. So keep on going. Share this with everyone. Let's keep it impact. That's what we're here for. Welcome to the Global AI Council starting soon. It really is like a reunion of incredible people. So how awesome is that? People from all around the world, every continent except for Antarctica is represented. We need some polar bears.
Yeah. I have a AI friend here who's doing 2 months in Antarctica leading 10-day expeditions right now.
Wow. There we
Yeah.
go. Can we have one of them log in?
Should ask him. I can send him the link.
But no, we're super excited. Thank you all. I just got a message that some other people are logging in now. Like Christine joined and Leah. Welcome both. Christine, you got some coffee there? Or are you hot chocolate? Nice.
Lemonade. There you go.
Lemonade. Okay, there you go.
I've got hot chocolate.
Yeah, and continuously ask everyone where they're logging in from.
Yeah, tell in the chat where you are logging in from. I see Brian down there just joined as well. Where are you from? Right now we have many countries. Some people even represent more than one country. So if you live in one country but you like to represent another country, put both in there. Like Deanna here, she's 2 countries, 2 continents. And welcome Rana. How are you doing? Rana is another guest here. Haven't seen you in a bit.
Hey, Dan. Kate, how are you guys?
So awesome seeing you, Dan. It's 9 o'clock. Let's start.
All right. Should we wait for Jim? Should we get started without Jim? But we're going to get started here in a minute. Put in the chat where you are from. And if you represent more than one country, that's cool too. Put that in the chat. But we're going to get started here in a few seconds. Welcome, everyone. We got Deborah, Ann. Welcome to the show. We have Sasha, Craig. Look, Craig's got his sunglasses. It's okay. You can wear the sunglasses inside. It's okay. A bunch of people just joining in. Kate, let me know when should we start, or do you want to wait a little bit?
Just wait a little bit as people logging in. I love everyone's background though. Craig, that's very interesting. It looks like a Superman and Licorice and Candy all at the same time. You guys know what?
A lot of people call it my intestines, but technically
That's what I thought.
Technically, it is abstract botanical, and it was in the Art Institute of Chicago for 2 years. So it was painted by a friend of the family who I called an uncle, really wasn't an uncle, but yeah, so now it's mine forever. So I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, we all need our AI intestines photo behind us next time, Craig. How's that? So
yes. And Dan, I wanted to announce to everyone that they need to turn on their video towards the end, because we're going to do a screenshot, because this video, we will submit it to CNN Philippines. So there you go. We all seen on CNN Philippines tonight. So make sure you have your video set up towards the end after the Q&A, so we can take photos and you'll see yourself.
well, there you go. Pretty awesome right there. Make sure at the end you have your camera on. We'll notify you when we can take the pictures, but great to see people too in their face. Welcome. We're going to be starting shortly. In the chat, if you haven't already, put where are you from? Where do you represent? Maybe where you live, or maybe that place that you represent in your heart, either one. We have almost every continent except Antarctica represented right now, which is pretty cool. So I just saw Lee join. Welcome. And we got Deborah. What's up, Deborah? Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope all is well. And look at that. We got, whoa, a lot of countries right there. A lot of countries. And Ian Ray, how are you? Getting ready to start here in any minute. Are you excited? Oh, there you go, Nicole. That's what software did you use to make that?
I just did that in ChatGPT real quick.
Wow.
See how fast that is. Wow. See, that's the power of AI that we're learning today.
Yeah.
So,
oh my, there's so many AI tools. There's this new video one I was just doing yesterday. It just blew my mind. Like, you could make like a whole movie in 5 minutes on your phone. It's insane.
Which one was that?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I know. I'll get you the name later. They just raised like $80 million or something like that for this new software. It's insane. But
Pika?
that is one of them. Yeah. The editing one, that one's cool too.
Yeah.
You tried it.
all right, one more minute and we can start
1 minute.
at 9:05.
Okay, 1 minute. Everyone's logging in. Welcome to the first masterclass and introduction of Global AI Council. Keep sharing, keep coming in. If you want to put your AI picture in the chat, that's cool, like Nicole did, and let us know where you're from. That's always fun. We have lots of different continents here. And welcome Charles and another Daniel in here. Christopher, how are you doing? Hope all is well. And Froylan, welcome. We are going to get started here shortly.
Yeah, so put your LinkedIn. This is really fun. We have people from all over the world. Dan, exactly 9:05. Let's start.
All right. Yeah, I love that. Put your LinkedIn there. So we are ready to go. Welcome, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Global AI Council first masterclass. Our mantra is AI for good. I'm your host, Daniel Robbins. I'm the founder of IBH Media and the co-host of the show with Kate here on CNN Asia called The Future. I'm thrilled to guide you through this extraordinary lineup of speakers who are here today, so make sure you connect with them as well. They're going to illuminate the path to a future shaped by the positive force of AI. AI is everywhere, and we're hearing about it left and right center. So we're glad that we have some people to talk through today. First, though, to kick it off is the visionary founder of the Global AI Council, Kate Hancock. She's the driving force behind today's event. So please join in and welcome me, the inspiring Kate Hancock.
Wow. Thank you, Dan. Woohoo! So the moment has arrived. Welcome to the Global AI Council first masterclass, a virtual gathering that transcends borders, unites continents, and celebrate the global curiosity for AI brilliance. As we kick off this first masterclass, I'm absolutely thrilled to honored to see each one of you on this virtual platform. Our community spans from Europe. We have people from, Europe here, Africa, South America, USA, Asia, and even down under in Australia. Let's break the ice and build connections. On the chat, share with us the city and country you're joining us from. This is the beauty of technology, bringing minds together from every corner of the globe to explore the wonders of AI. Today, we embark on a journey of knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. Our mantra is clear: AI for good. We are not just here to learn, but to inspire positive change, shaping a world where AI becomes a force for a greater good. Your participation is what makes this masterclass exceptional. Every idea shared, every question asked, and every connection made contributes to the richness of our collective learning experience. So thank you for being a part of this historic moment, and welcome everyone. Dan, back to you.
Thank you, Kate. Always an inspiration. Appreciate that. Just the mission is super clear, and that's why we're here today. So our first guest who we're going to hear from is Rana Gujral, which has been a good friend of ours for a while. He is a world leader in voice AI. He speaks to governments and large corporations all around the world. He has some incredible stories that he's told me in the past around this. He's been doing this for decades. So he is an AI thought leader, and we are super excited. He's going to talk through his insights and broaden our understanding of AI's potential for good. So over to you, Rana.
Well, thanks, Dan. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. And overall, in general, it's an exciting time to be living in, I guess, with a lot of changes happening around us, and AI certainly is affecting our lives on a daily basis. It's not necessarily something that will only impact us like, say, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. It's the impact's already here. So either we pay attention to it or we suffer the consequences, I guess. My background, I've been in tech for quite some time. Early years were in the corporate side, but then I built a early AI company called Ties, where we built models that predicted, in some ways, the future by predicting certain pricing shifts or around commodities 3 to 6 months out in the future, which we applied towards certain very interesting use cases in the vertical SaaS implementations we did. That got acquired by Alchemy. Then I did a turnaround of a company that was tinkering on bankruptcy, eventually took it to profitability and its IPO, and we IPO'd at 4.4 billion. It was a company called Cricket. So currently I'm on my third venture, and it's a DPI company, which is building essential brain functions, just like a lot of other DPI companies focus on. And our core areas of focus is cognition, human cognition, consciousness, and cognitive AI, centered around emotions, behaviors, intent, among other things. And so we're applying these models both in business settings, which may be human-to-human interactions, like essentially call centers, etc., but also in various other interesting implementations that pertain to national security, law enforcement, etc., and also human-to-machine implementations that, again, manifest mostly in the law enforcement and intelligence gathering arena. So that's sort of a little bit about myself. Again, happy to see this council come together. Lots of interesting things to talk about, I guess, and I'm happy to be a resource and happy to answer any specific questions that you may have for me.
So Rana, I have one quick question before we move on. What's one thing that you are most excited about right now when it comes to AI?
Yeah, I think, the thing that I'm most excited about is certainly the plethora of entrepreneurial opportunities that have propped up, which are very real and substantial. And I mean, if you are looking to start a new venture, or if you have an interesting idea, it doesn't necessarily have to be in an AI domain or building a core AI model, but necessarily could be leveraging the new tools that AI has brought to you. And so it'd be important for you to understand what those tools are. Those tools are fast evolving themselves, and it's relatively easy to put together a compelling value prop in a domain that's of your expertise. And so it's an exciting time to be an entrepreneur, and it certainly, the gap between what someone could accomplish with, $100 million versus what someone can do in their garage with, just a few interesting mashups of the tools they understand and master, is shrinking relatively fast. And so it's a great time to be an entrepreneur, I guess. And so that's very exciting for me.
Wow. Thank you, Rana. It reminds me of the beginning of e-commerce times 100. So this is
totally
incredible time. And that's why the Global AI Council, it's allowing and giving access to people from all around the world of all walks of life, because they don't need $100 million to create something incredible. So thank you, Rana, for sharing. Now up next is our formal session, and We're privileged to learn from Nicole Donnelly. She's going to dive deep into how to thrive with AI. Nicole, over to you.
You're muted.
I saw that. Okay, I popped a link for a quiz in the chat. I would love it if everybody lets me know how often you use AI. And then I will know how technical or deep to go. This might be pretty high level. I've been using AI. I'll give you my background while we're waiting. There's a link to the quiz in the chat. So I've been using AI since 2015 with my marketing agency, and we've been using it on client work. And then we started using Jarvis. We were introduced to them during Clubhouse days, as anybody on there probably was. And that's turned into a company with more than $1 billion valuation called Jasper. And that's in less than 3 years. It's pretty amazing the pace that things have been going. So I had a consumer product business first, and we were selling into 85 countries within 3 years. And I've had a marketing agency now for 14 years. And so I have different experience in product. I also built a software in between those and had another product company too. And where I see this amazing opportunity is for anyone who wants to start a company. It doesn't even matter the industry, and it doesn't have to be an AI. If you are using AI to power your growth, then you can grow faster with less human resources when you AI power the people you have, and that includes yourself. And this is a time like no other in history where you can bridge that gap in the beginning where you're making 0 and you want to try to get to 1 million, or maybe it's just 100,000 or whatever it is. You can use AI to bridge that gap. Let's see, AI since 2013. How about that? Every day. Let's see what the poll results say. And I've been using AI every day for quite a while, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to do a little screen share, and I'm going to give you a little overview of, a brief history of AI and talk about some of the basics. So this is the badge. If anybody's seen the Humane AI pin, this is one of the fun toys, and they give you a badge to share that you ordered this AI pin. So AI is dropping into hardware, which, as Daniel and Kate know, we also have the Ray-Ban glasses. Like, I've got mine. And I haven't been able to use too much with the AI. It's more like having Alexa or Siri on your head with headphones, and it's fun. And I don't know, like, I like to experiment with all of the things and see what's really useful about it. And that's what our team does. So I have a company called AI Smart Marketing, and on our team, we all have different expertise and we review different tools. And AI tools have been going faster and faster this year. In the last month, it was the fastest ever in release of new tools, and more than 1,000 new tools came out this month. And we're over 10,000 AI tools. So I'm going to give you a short list of the AI tools that I might be talking about, and you can have this list. We try to make it as easy to use as possible, anything that makes it to the list. These are things that we use, we know, we like, and we can stand behind and recommend. And it's a Google Doc that we update. It's aismartcourse.com, and you can, it's just a live Google Doc there. I put it in the chat. Here's a little bit about me. The reason why I mentioned this, I'm a former professional snowboarder. You got the rest: serial entrepreneur, marketer, mom, teacher. I have a very high risk tolerance, and not everybody does. Nice glasses, Dan. So when it comes to trying out new fun things in AI, I don't have a problem with it. Now, we work with clients like government in Abu Dhabi and other people who commercial insurance brokers that might be more conservative in their use of AI, but I'm not conservative, and I will try using it for everything. And we do experiments and write about it on the blog, on our website. AI has been around collecting your information easily since 2009 with apps like Grammarly. And I'm guessing a lot of you have Grammarly installed. I use it all the time and I love it. And now Grammarly, with its AI powered, it can complete sentences. It makes things so nice to use. I really like it for the team because then everybody has good grammar instantly. My husband's dyslexic and he likes it too because he doesn't stress so much about his emails that he's writing because he knows that it can be auto-corrected. And so it makes his email writing a lot faster. And if anybody was around marketing in 2015, Monkey Learn was an AI that came out that you would have to use Zapier with to connect different tools together. But it was the first little Lego block of AI that was available publicly, and it came from Brazil. In 2019, we started seeing Otter and Fireflies, and we started seeing these AIs that would come in and take messages. We launched a podcast for a client of ours, and we wanted to have the transcription. And at the time, that was the easiest way to get it, is we signed up for Otter, and Otter would do the transcription. And the quality of the transcription now is so much better than it was in 2019. It's so much better. And you can get multilingual transcriptions, and you can get summaries of your notes and everything. What those transcribers do now is amazing. We use one called read.ai, and Read even gives a sentiment analysis of the meeting. So if you have salespeople that you're training and they're not converting, you can actually go in and look and see where people drop off in their interest. So it's a useful tool in a lot of different areas, depending on how you apply it. And this is getting built in. These sort of tools are getting built into everything. Like Zoom has their own now. It's getting built into the Microsoft environment as well. And then in 2020, if anybody ever built a chatbot in 2020 or helped to program it, it was a if this, then that. You had to really think about what questions people asked, what the answer should be. And it took a really long time to do. And ManyChat was a popular one. Again, ManyChat went around it went around during COVID on Clubhouse. And so we were signed up for ManyChat. We had the if this, then that programming. Now to program a chatbot, all you have to do is have it scrape your website. You can upload FAQs if you have them, or it'll just start the Q&A because it has a better learning capability. And it's not if this, then that. It actually suggests what questions people will ask and how they should answer. There are many different AI-powered chatbots. And for that, I would look at what tools you are using and what integrates best. We use a CRM system that has some chatbots that integrate with it. So we use it there. We also are testing a standalone chatbot for qualifying prospects. And we have other chatbots that we're just playing with, programming ourselves just to see what they do. And we play with them internally and put them in our Slack or in our Notion for internal resource information, like training new employees, things like that. Because whatever you upload into a chatbot now, it can organize the information and allow your customers or your employees access to it. And then 2021, we had Jasper that came around for copywriting. And it has grown so much since then. Now Jasper has its own knowledge base. You can upload a lot of information. It's built on multiple large language models. So it has a very smart way of doing outputs. It has, if you think of it as a big pantry or in your kitchen, you go look at all the ingredients. Jasper has so many ingredients that just standalones like ChatGPT don't have access to. So you can make the most amazing dishes served up as copy using Jasper. And then in Gmail and all of the other emails, autocomplete on your text messages, all of this started to pop around 2021, where you start to write an email and there's maybe a subject is suggested, or you start to write a text and it might autocomplete your sentence. And so we were slowly being introduced to AI, and it wasn't called anything special except for autocomplete. And that's how they started getting us to interact with it a bit more. Then in 2021, we created a program on a platform. The program is called Emotionality, and you can see it at emotionality.com. It's built on an AI platform that when you take a quiz, you find out what your largest emotional need is in the moment. You will get sent text messages to support your emotional need. And then the system learns what kind of messages you respond to. Is it video messages? Is it memes? Is it short sentences? So it starts to get smarter and smarter. The American Diabetes Association has a program, a microlearning program built on this same platform that we use for emotionality. And this is to elicit behavior change in people who need to have healthier lifestyles. So that it started a big trend called microlearning, where people are served up small amounts of information based on what they've previously consumed and previously liked. And microlearning is a really big trend in education as well as training and also coaching, because the price is available to pretty much anybody to use these platforms to create a better experience for your clients. In 2022, we have Canva. It gets AI'd. ChatGPT comes out and Midjourney comes out, and this explosion started last November. And now I'm going to go into some vocabulary, but the reason it exploded is because we can start to talk to AI without having a programmer in there. I can just type some words and tell AI what I want it to do. Now, we have been working with a programmer and using AI for the last few years because that was the way to access it. And so we would have these kind of experimental meetings about how can we use DALL-E, how can we use OpenAI. But then once ChatGPT came out, it made it so incredibly accessible for everyone, and we didn't need the programmer. And 2023 just takes off like a rocket. And now there are more than 10,000 AI tools for just about anything that you could possibly imagine. Basic, this is a castle. I made the picture with AI and there's a moat around it. And I want you to remember this, the castle and moat. And the castle stores your information and the moat protects the access. And you can grant access to whomever you want. You see this castle has different turrets. So you might have customer information in one spot, financial information in a different spot, and different people can access the information. So we'll use this later, but moat is a common word that's used in AI now. Oops. Okay. So first term, is moat. And that's referred to as the protection around your information. The second word, hallucination, which I'm sure everybody's heard a lot about. Hallucination is when AI produces information, whether it's visual or written, that's not correct. And it's saying that it's correct. So in this image, you see there's a semi truck in front of my car, but it's actually just bushes on the side of the road. So my car will scream at me, telling me I need to stop, but I'm the driver. And so I know what needs to happen in this situation. I can still pull forward. And it's really important to note that this is where AI is and that AI hallucinates. And we don't let AI do any closed loop processes in our business without a human there to take a look at it, because it goes off the rails and it hallucinates and it gives us wrong answers. And sometimes it'll be totally right. And sometimes it'll be just partly wrong, but we need to monitor that. LLM is large language model, or the particular brand of brain that powers AI. So OpenAI has is an LLM, a large language model. Meta has one called Llama. Google has their own LLM also. There are several LLMs and they've been around. Some of them have been around for 20 years. And our access to these large language models comes through NLP, which is natural language processing. And that simply means the words that I type to get a result that I want through this generative AI. And it's that going to ChatGPT and typing, hey, will you do a meal plan for me this week? Make it gluten-free and dairy-free and vegan, and I can just use my words as a completely non-programmer person and get the results that I want. And that is what broke the internet and broke out AI and made it accessible to the public, is this little acronym NLP, natural language processing. And that's, for me, so exciting because I'm a marketer and I love these things. And I like to play with AI before, but I didn't have access to make it do the things that I wanted it to because I didn't have the language to talk to it. And now anybody does. And this is what's going to make a difference for every business too, is anything that you could possibly dream up to ask it to do. It may do a better job in a year for certain requests, but it is coming. Like anything that you want AI to do, it is coming.
Well, this is incredible, Nicole. Sorry, make sure you have your notebooks out, and thank you all for being here. Back to you, Nicole.
Okay. So a lot of people are worried about losing their jobs too. And whether you're a business owner and you have employees that are afraid, Or you might be an employee and you're afraid that if you do too good of a job here, you're going to lose it. And because of hallucination and the limitations of AI, if you can get trained up on AI, you are going to be so much more valuable. Your team's going to be more valuable the more people that know AI, because the ones that don't, it will take more manpower for you to do the same amount of work. In marketing, we can save around 75% of time on tedious tasks if we use AI. The average person, we've had more than 5,000 people go through our AI training this year, and roles from data scientists to admins, the average is a 50% time savings on daily tasks. And imagine if you saved even 25% of your time on these tedious tasks, or of your team's time. And if there are some students listening, I mean, you're going to be saving a lot of time on your tedious tasks in the future. And I think it gives so much more room for creativity and having the brain space to do things that we can't even imagine yet, because we don't have to do all the tedious little things. It will be automated, and we'll be using AI for it as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of automation sequences that are AI and automation ones that we've built to automate workflows in our daily processes. You can also use AI for predictive analytics. There's some really powerful ones for images. So if anybody's in e-com, or if you sell anything on the internet, even if it's B2B, there's predictive analytics tool called Visit, V-I-Z-I-T. It should be on the list that I put in the chat. And it will tell you how good this picture is. You get a score from 1 to 100, and it's very accurate. There are some AIs that are not very accurate for predictive analytics, but Visit really is, and you can increase conversions. And there's case study after case study with that. It helps with product design and everything. You can just put all your images into this AI and it scores them, and it guides you on how to make your images better. And if you don't know how to do this, the people that do are going to get ahead of you. And that's why you have to know how to do AI, because there are people out there using these tools, and it's like they have an unfair advantage. So now you can too. Chatbots, we kind of talked about, and chatbots can provide customers with, you can have better customer service with it. You can also receive better customer service if somebody's got a good chatbot. And some other uses for chatbots, sometimes people have been uploading all of the company benefits information. So if somebody has a question about their insurance plan or something, they can search and find the benefits information, or holidays that they get off, or any of that. If you have like an HR chatbot, it can save your HR person time, and you could get questions answered faster.
Well, Nicole, we got a lot of thumbs up that people are enjoying it and finding it helpful. So thank you. I know you got some more incredible stuff, and we'll share any of the links and everything that you have just so people are aware. But back to you, Nicole.
Okay. And I want to get through this pretty quickly, because I would love to do the Q&A part. I know I've been speaking a little bit fast. I have a little AI thing that tells me so. It also tells me the filler words that I'm using, how much I say and yeah, and start sentences with and. So I've been using AI to help improve my speaking also. So I'm going to skip ahead. Implementing AI, the things you need to do first: understand what's possible. And if you're here, you're learning some of the things that are possible. So understand what's possible, and think about AI and automation and how you can put it into workflows, and we'll assess your needs. So you want to research AI solutions or have conversations with people that are doing it and see what fits your needs and budget. And implement gradually, so that your team, your classroom, whoever it is, your household has minimal disruption. And me being that snowboarder, I'm all AI. I have been for 3 years. This isn't something, we just did it because It was there and it was fun and cool. But when we're working with big organizations, governments, the implementing gradually is really important so that it doesn't disturb all of the processes that are happening right now. And so they'll choose small tasks that can be done AI, which the data is safe. A lot of times this is in communications and marketing. It could be HR internally, where it's a lower risk when it comes to what happens to the data, because you do need to make sure that you have that castle and moat situation going on and your information is protected. You'll want to update your policy. If a lot of companies have a technical use policy, schools have technical use policies, you'll want to include AI and how you want to use it. And everybody in the organization should understand appropriate use of AI. And then train the teams, train your classrooms, your teachers, all of your employees, and even talk to your kids about it. And so that they understand why they want to use AI and what's acceptable in the environment, and that they know about privacy issues, which is something like we don't really have time to go into too much, but it's really important that everybody receives training on how you want them to use AI and the most safe uses for it and appropriate uses where the user of the AI knows how to be a good driver. Just like you go to driving school and you get lessons, you need to do the same with AI, because it's not perfect. It's highly experimental. Whenever there are updates, things break. It's not really reliable and dependable 100% of the time. And so you need to know what you're getting into and what you're dealing with and what the risks are in there. And it's super fun to use. So I want to show you a couple automations and then we'll do Q&A. This is a really basic automation. We can enter newsletter links in Notion in a chat bot. So I might say, hey, write a newsletter about information from here, here, and here. Then the bot writes the newsletter. It sends us a notification in Slack saying, hey, here's a link, review this newsletter. And then it can get auto uploaded or manually uploaded to the CRM to go out. Now, that's a very simple one. This is more complicated. So we do masterminds and courses where we have an hour-long video. And what we'll do is upload the long video into a folder in our Google Drive. And then it's transcribed. It's put into a blog format. So it's shortened up, condensed, and made in a nice blog format. And it also gets an image from Midjourney. And the video gets cut into small pieces that are that you can use for stories. We have it on going to Instagram. Sometimes we'll put it on LinkedIn too. So the video gets chopped. We get an image to match to go to the blog. The blog gets created, and then social media posts are made, and it's all put into a Google folder. Then we get a note in Slack saying, hey, here's links to your content. Go review. So then we review and it's uploaded. But this takes an hour-long video and puts it into all these pieces. And if anybody's ever dealt with content and video, you know this takes time. And this whole process, when the systems are slow, might take 10 minutes. When the systems are fast, it's near instant. It just depends the weight on the AI. But this is a more complicated AI and automation combination that we did. And each of these little arrow points are tied together by either a zap from Zapier or something from make.com. And I just want to show you this because if you think about workflows in your life and your work and how you might be able to use AI, if you can think of it, it can probably happen. And if it can't happen today, it might be able to happen in a couple of months. So it's worth thinking about how you can use AI and automation to increase the efficiency of these workflows. You can scan this QR code and get a list of all the tools. I did put it in the chat. I would love your feedback, and I'm ready for Q&A.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. That was incredible. Again, if you liked it, if you like what you're hearing, put a thumbs up in the chat. But thank you, Nicole. So we are going to go to the Q&A. Why? Because it's not about what we're just sharing with you. It's about the conversation that we create together. So let's go to the Q&A. So if you have a question, if you can throw it up here with the raise your hand button.
Yes, don't be shy. Just turn on your video. We'd love to see your faces, and yeah, fire it up. This is the best time to ask questions. I know there's a lot of tools out there, and some of you might be confused, like what the heck is Midjourney, right? Like Nicole can dissect it. Amy, Dan, you have questions?
Yeah, Amy, go for it.
Thank you. This is Amy Williams. Thank you so much, Nicole, for this presentation. Question for you is, if someone is intimidated by AI, this is their first real exposure to AI, what is the first tool that you think they should expose themselves to and try to learn that would be friendly and user-friendly enough for them to get comfortable with AI?
I think I would go I would go with ChatGPT for now, because ChatGPT does images and it also does words. And so the background of the intestines that I posted earlier, I just went into ChatGPT and I asked it for a Zoom background with intestines in blue and red. And so some people want to create images, and that's where they'll go down that rabbit hole. Some people want to do copy. They want to write an article or a book, or, bedtime stories with their kids. So if you go to ChatGPT, it's also geographically available in a lot of places, because not all tools are. So I would say that's probably the most available.
Hey, Nicole, if you can share your screen, I think this is helpful for everyone, and really do the prompt on how you recreated Craig's intestine. I think that's really helpful. And the stuff that you're mentioning, it's so much easier for people to like navigate what prompt, what to click. I think that's very helpful for everyone.
Yeah, I will do that. Okay.
Here, what's your thoughts on Bard? Kate, I know you love Bard.
I'm a Bard queen on GPT. I mix it together with it. It's a really good omelet.
So in Canada, Bard's not so great. And in different countries, it's not the best. So every single week, we test prompts on GPT, Bard, Claude, and Google's AI too. And so we want to see how they all perform. And lately, Claude has been winning. Claude has the geographic limitations, but it's been winning on a lot of the prompts, and GPT is accessible. And so that's why we're showing this a lot, because it across borders, GPT is just the most available. In this case, like in a very beginner case. So the prompt here, I just said intestines, Zoom background, red and blue. That was the prompt. It was nothing. And then it says, here's your custom designed Zoom background featuring an artistic and abstract representation of intestines in vivid red and blue colors. So it responded with more information than I put in. And right now, usually AI responds best to small prompts. And
great follow-up question from Craig, because you're using ChatGPT 4, which is $20 or 1,000 peso in the Philippines. Now, is the ChatGPT 3.5? Can you do this same prompt?
I don't think so.
Okay,
so I'll tell you, GPT-4 has the IQ of Einstein. GPT 3.5 is 10 times less that IQ. And so 3.5 for code is okay, reviewing code, kind of debugging some of those basic functions. But when it comes to writing and images, so let's see what it says. I don't know if it even does images. Zoom background of intestines in blue and red. I don't know if it'll, oh.
That's what I got too, Nicole. So would it make sense for me as an entrepreneur to upgrade to the paid version of ChatGPT?
100%.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Then you've got Einstein as a buddy on a tab, always in your pocket too, because you can get the app and have it with you. So one of the things that I did in the app is I took a picture of a floor plan of my place, and I wanted to know, because it's a newer place and I haven't deducted my office space from taxes before. So I took a picture of the floor plan and I said, how much of this, you know, I asked for the math on this room and that room and that room, and then what percentage of the whole floor plan and how much that would be if this is like my mortgage and how much I could deduct. And in, 2 minutes, by asking it from that visual prompt, I could figure it out or have a ballpark. So you can do this the other way. And I'm going to bring in a picture. And GPT-4, you can bring in pictures. And I could say, please describe this image. Because you might want to know what the style of an image is so that you can recreate an image that's similar. And look at this long description that it gave me.
Hey, Nicole, can you go back real quick? I remember in the beginning, it was people were doing these prompts that were like 15 novels long, and everyone was giving all these lists of prompts, which I always found to be interesting that you're saying the shorter ones now are better than the longer ones. Can you explain that?
Well, with ChatGPT, often it doesn't hold on to that information the whole time. It's almost like ADHD kid, where it's like, oh, I heard this and I heard this part, and so I'm going to give you this output, but it doesn't hear the whole conversation or doesn't remember and process. If you use Claude's really good at holding on to more information. But we find that ChatGPT goes off the rails a bit. And then, like most people's GPT probably doesn't look like this unless you have this AI PRM extension, which is just a Google Chrome extension. This gives you access to big prompts that are developed in a way to get good output. So there's 4,586 prompts on here. We've written some of our own, and you can create a prompt that's bigger and it holds the information because it's like micro training on a long prompt. So this is probably the 7-question marketing plan is probably like a 4-page prompt, but because it's been exposed to it in this way, it remembers, and it usually does what I ask it to. It doesn't always still. But if you do iterative for anything, it's more effective right now with AI. That happened in August. It was a change.
And Deborah asked can you explain more about the plugins? And I've never seen that before too. I'm curious about that. But what's the best way to find the most appropriate ones for these plugins?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess it depends what you want to do. So it's just warning. I might want to find have an SEO plugin. And there's all these different ones I could choose from that will, because ChatGPT, if you ask it to write an SEO blog post, it actually doesn't have the correct information to do that. And so you need a plugin to give that to you. You could, Instacart. So I have Instacart in here. And if I want to create a meal plan and then ask it to put a grocery list in Instacart, it will do that for me. And so it just depends on what you want a plugin for. Like I said, if you can imagine it, it probably exists, or it will soon if it doesn't. So I can go into ChatGPT right now. I've chosen plugins, and I can say, create a 3-day meal plan for 2 people, make it gluten-free, and vegan. In our class, a lot of times we'll start with meal plans because it's an iterative process with AI. I can look at this meal plan and see if it looks good. And then I can say, oh, I don't like breakfast on day 1. Please replace it with this. Or I don't eat berries. Please put apples or something like that. And it's a good practice. If you look, my prompt was really, really short. And now I think there's bell peppers. And I'll say, I don't like bell peppers. Please replace. And so now it's got to go in and replace the bell peppers that are in the recipes. And AI does a better job if you do this iterative prompting and it says freshly squeezed fruit juices. And I might say, I don't drink fruit juice. Please exclude fruit juices. And it would just take it off because what I want in the end is I want a grocery list. And I have the plugin for Instacart. And then I will tell it to order my groceries from Instacart, and then it pops open Instacart. So if you have a business that you can connect here, it might be worth doing a plugin. So Instacart can get more business because they had this novelty. They were one of the first 7 plugins.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even know about that. So I need to do this to get my grocery list. So I appreciate that and everything else here. So if you're loving this, take a screenshot, share it on social media. Remember, the Global AI Council is here for good, AI for good, but to impact people all around the world. It's amazing, Nicole, all the things that you've shared today, most of them have no cost, or if they do have a cost, it's not a very expensive, high cost like software like Jasper used to be. I remember it was hundreds of dollars every month. Now for as low as $20 a month, at most, you could get that premium ChatGPT, or for free, you can still use it. So that's the incredible thing here.
Yeah, Dan, I have a question. Nicole, I'm wondering if we can have one ChatGPT for account and can be shared globally, one access. So for people that can't really afford to pay $20 and it's shared, like create one email and shared it for the council. Everyone can share. I guess you just need to have VPN. But I think that would be an amazing. So everyone can use it. And we have a lot of students here, Nicole. What kind of things that they can utilize it. I would not utilize it for cheating. Dan here cheats all the way to college utilizing Google. What are some
Is that cheating though? Is that cheating?
I'm not, no, it's researching, but technically, Dan, can you share? I mean, we have some teachers here, and so what can you recommend them?
And Craig has his hand up too to ask a question.
Okay. Awesome.
I can wait. I don't want to interrupt.
Okay. And I'm just going to keep this going so you can see. This is my recipe now. Oh, it's not Instacart. Yeah. Okay. So I would say in school, it depends on the teacher. I know some teachers, we have teachers, like my sister's a teacher, my niece is a teacher, my cousin's a teacher, my husband's side, everyone is teachers in their family, principal of a school, vice principal. We have had many discussions on AI and what's appropriate at school. And my dad is in higher education in university. And so there's a lot of opinions. And I think this is like a more complicated calculator situation where back in the day, people weren't allowed to use calculators, or in certain instances, you're not allowed to use calculators. What I think is that kids need to get taught how to use AI and how to use it smartly. So if you're going to write a paper, you still have to know what we call the sources of truth. The sources of truth, it's that driver of the car, which is the human involved. So I'm a source of truth. There might be an encyclopedia that's a source of truth, or a Wikipedia page that's a source of truth. You still need to have the discernment to know what good sources of truth are. It might be somebody else's research paper, other stats and data. And so while I might use AI to put together some research paper, I've actually gathered a lot of sources of truth and done that information. So I'm just shortcutting a particular part. It should still sound like me. So, and it's got to have citations the appropriate way. And to learn to get AI to do that for you is not simple. That's actually quite complicated to get citations cited in the proper way that your teacher requires, you know, to get the sources of truth for whatever you want to write about, and to have something that doesn't sound like a computer wrote it at the end of the day, that has the paragraphs in the right places. You have to be really good at communicating with AI and giving it all those specificities. And this is why I think kids who use AI are going to be better communicators at work, because they are going to know these specific things. And anybody who has employees knows when you're creating standard operating procedures, you have to be very precise, and you do this and you use this tool and this is how you do it. And then you do this next. And I think that the kids who are coming up using AI are going to be so skilled in communication. And I think we'll have that gap of the kids that were just communicating on computers and afraid to talk to people. I actually think this is going to help kids in communication and be able to talk to each other better and communicate their needs better.
Amazing. Craig, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, so I got a couple, because number one, like, I know that there's like human.ai where you can take your information, right, and put it in, and then it reformats what ChatGPT or Bard or whatever AI platform is used. Has anybody used that before on here?
Can you say that again?
Can you not hear me?
No, I could hear you. I'm just trying to understand what part you're asking. Like if somebody's used the human AI?
Yeah, so I think it was human AI. I can't remember now, but I used something where I got some information from ChatGPT. I took the information and I tweaked it myself a little bit, but then I put it in another platform where I copied it. I think it was human.ai, where it actually restructured the sentences and the content, right? To make it less computer talk, like you just said, right? It made it more human. Have you used that, or has anybody used that before?
I haven't used that one, but you can actually just tell ChatGPT to make it undetectable as AI, and it will rewrite it. And it usually comes out at 98% human.
Wow.
If you ask it to do that.
So my question was, with my hand raised, so if we go in and use the ChatGPT 4, the paid version, right?
Yep.
You said then we can use the AI PRN plugins. Is that correct? Now, go ahead.
AI PRM is prompts. ChatGPT has their own plugins. Okay.
So do you connect the AI PRM with the ChatGPT?
What you do is you go, I'm not sharing my screen. I opened it up for you. Here we go. Let me share my screen. So to get the plugins, do you use Chrome?
I do.
Okay, so up here, there's a little puzzle piece.
Yeah.
And you hit extensions, and you can go to manage extensions, or see, I have AI PRM for ChatGPT. It's actually a browser extension. And
oh, wow. Okay.
it works on, you can get it for pretty much any browser.
Okay.
And then you have access to all these prompts, 4,586. And I've made 4 that are public, and I have a private one too. The 7-question marketing plan won their award for best prompt this summer. And these are all made by humans. So you still need to be your source of truth.
Right.
That this is a good prompt and gives you the results you want. But you can see there's prompts for code.
So the AI, so this prompt, or the AI PRM, is you would actually download it?
You install the plugin, and then
then
it just shows up.
All right. Yeah. I'm hopefully that was helpful for everybody, but not just me not getting it.
Yeah.
Get it.
And
thank you so much.
You're welcome. There was a question about privacy, and ChatGPT says that they do not train on your personal information. That is their official stance. They will do things like if they got the math wrong and I say, hey, you got the math wrong, it's like, thank you, I'm still learning. And that happens. So again, this is where with students, you still need to check your work. I gave the AI 4 numbers to add up, and they were in the thousands, but I gave them the numbers to add up, and it picked 2 of the numbers and did not add the other 2. So I don't trust it for math either. Some days it's on and some days it's not. But I want to show you over here. You see my little picture and it says Nicole. If you want to have it be really private, I go to settings, and in settings, I can go to data controls, and there's this part that says chat history and training. If I turn my training off, all of my chats that I've had disappear in 30 days. And it also doesn't sync between devices. So I won't have the history on my phone if I do that. So I like training on, but if you want to keep it more private, you turn the training off. And for me, I want to enable all the beta features that are an option. This area changes. Right now, it just says plugins and advanced data analysis, which is spreadsheets. I have those on here, but it's in data controls, and it's called chat history and training, which seems silly for privacy. So most people don't know that's where you can turn it off. And for people who are doing this for business functions, a lot of times they'll actually have 2 paid accounts, one with training on and one with training off, to keep it more private.
Well, this has been amazing. So Nicole, before we continue, because we can, I know there's some other questions. Some people have to jump. Let's take the photo first and then we can continue though.
Okay.
I feel like we have gazillion of questions, like each one of us. Don't be shy, right? It sounds so stupid. Like, I don't know what plugins. Some people like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, Donald is here. Thank you, Donald.
Morning. Hi, Kate, Dan.
Donald.
Morning, everyone.
Morning. So, Kate, do you want to take the picture first, then we can continue? Because I know there's a lot of, I didn't even know about the plugins or the other things that you can do with Google, the Chrome extension. So there you go. You learn something new every day. But please, Kate, you want to do the photo and then we can continue?
Everyone, if you can turn on your video, that would be awesome. It's a photo op session. It's like having a graduation session. There you go. So I'm going to do it twice. All right, we're waiting for first one. This is really helpful. Okay, just waiting here. We just refresh. Okay, I'm gonna take the first set. All right, have a big smile. There you go. For a second.
Hey, Nicole, this has been absolutely fantastic. Seriously.
Awesome. I think everyone, you shouldn't be shy asking questions. Craig is the see, I love Craig's question because he has all the intestine and stomach in there. So I
see a
it's just the guts.
It's the guts.
There's a question in the chat from Michael that says, has anyone been using Perplexity for research, and what's your experience? So we've used Perplexity and Poe, and we went with Poe because Poe had more models available and the chatbot. So Perplexity and Poe, and it's poe.com. I think they're on the list too that I posted. But Perplexity, they are wrappers and have multiple LLMs inside of them. So you can test out Llama, you can test out Anthropic, you can test out a bunch of different models and see how you like the output. So for $20 a month, you can get Poe, and you have access to different LLMs that you might not have access to depending on what country you're in. And we've been helping people sign up for these because you can sign up in the US and then use it all over the world. But sometimes you can't sign up from different countries. So we help people get the different tools. Deborah, you have a question.
I do. Thank you for having this. This is amazing. I mean, Kate, Dan, Nicole. Yeah, I put my question in the chat also. This may be paranoid, but I can't help but think like we're just giving it with our questions, we may be feeding information that somehow could be used against us in a way. My scenario was, let's just say we put in personal information, we're asking a health question, and somehow that information then goes somewhere where, let's say, an insurance company says, oh, wow, there's a pre-existing condition here. You know, we're going to rethink her life insurance, or you're putting in something about finances. I mean, who knows? Something like, how do I handle college debt? Well, this person may now have a credit score that is affected. Whatever, you know, you get what I'm talking about. Is that something we should fear? Should we worry about that? And aside from shutting, you know, the controls that you mentioned, Nicole, what are your thoughts on the scenarios that may be compromising or not?
Right now, anything that's on the internet can be hacked. Anything, anywhere, in any database, in your healthcare provider's database. So while OpenAI says they don't train on your information, like if I searched up, if you were putting something about your medical conditions, looking it up, you know, trying to chat GPT it, I don't know. And I was like, what medical conditions does Deborah Schwartz have, you know, or what did she search? It won't tell me. It's not going to tell me. But if there are some hackers who want to get information out of OpenAI, like they get our passwords, right? The hackers get our passwords, access to bank accounts, all of this stuff. So I would say, like, think of it as that, like that castle with your information and the moat around it, how secure you want it to be. And, you know, I'm being the snowboarder, have a higher risk tolerance for that sort of thing. And I would be less concerned about the information. So I'd be more likely to put that information in and do searches and not be worried about the consequences that you were talking about. But not everybody has the same risk tolerance. So it's what you are comfortable with, you know, and then that you're putting up that protection as much as you feel like you need to.
Okay, thank you.
Dan, we have a question from Mark.
Yeah, go for it. Mark?
Yeah, it's right there.
It's okay. Mark's in the publicity business. They track media pickups and mentions. Are there any AI tools, paid or free, that can help automate this task?
I mean, there's Google, right? Like Google Alerts. But kind of on the other side of it, there's a tool called oh my gosh, we use them, Press Jockey. So there's a tool called Press Jockey. I think they're on the list too. Press Jockey is a tool that ingests all the services like Haro, and you can put in your keywords and it actually gives you can pick how long you want your responses to be to queries. So you can respond to press queries a lot faster. I don't think there's anything wrong with Google Alerts. It's pretty thorough because it's Google as far as tracking that. But if you look at Press Jockey for your outbound, it's really, really cool. Dan, I think you would like it too, because it just organizes all of your press queries, go like all of the response in and out from kind of the more organic press that you would get.
Amazing. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Love the question. Anyone else have any questions here? This is really great stuff. I've learned a ton. It seems like every day when you do research on AI, you learn more about what are the possibilities, what are the tools, what can we do with those tools? And I know we're only scratching the surface today. So thank you for that. Baby steps, right?
Yeah. And what's happening with video right now is really exciting. You know, video AI has been used in CGI for, you know, well over a decade. And what is coming up and made public and affordable, free, low cost in video is huge right now. Like some new things came out this last month. And so whatever area you have a passion for, just go play and have a tab open that's got some AI. Or when you're faced with a task like doing a budget and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, how can AI help me? And kids too, like, I don't want to do this thing. I don't like parents. I don't want to do a chore chart. How can AI help me? 100% guarantee ChatGPT can help you with that budget. It can help you with that chore chart. It can help you with so many different things. And you still need to be the source of truth, the driver in the situation, use your discernment. But anything that I don't want to do, I look at how AI can help me do it. And that's how I've expanded into all of these different areas just organically, is because I don't like spreadsheets. And now I love to use ChatGPT for spreadsheets or Claude. Yeah.
Nicole, some other questions here about
yeah.
some video stuff. And I am curious about video editing. And I saw there was some software that's coming out around adding B-roll, like creating B-roll footage and combining that into video using AI. But I'm wondering, do you have any certain AI video options? This is something I also need myself.
So we have a list, like on the list, there are some AI video options, but there are a couple of big ones that we're playing with right now. So Dan and Kate, we have an AI mastermind every Wednesday. And I could invite you to that because we don't know which ones we would recommend yet, because we want them to be easy to use and inexpensive for it to make our list. And also available, like, so some of the video stuff is more limited in what countries you can use it in. We like Opus for doing social stuff and putting captions on your videos and all of that. We use Opus. And we use Pictory, which is, it's not sexy. Pictory is like an easy way to make videos. You can make explainer videos on there and it's really inexpensive. It's on the list too. I'll put the list again in the chat. But we will add to that list and I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on the video stuff because there are new ones out right now, like today, yesterday, that we just started playing with. And it's so cool what they can do. Because we had a picture with people in it and it animated the people so they're walking in there and it made lights flash on and off and just with little prompting.
That's amazing. And ELAI created a studio AI version of myself and cloned my voice that I've been able to use for a few times. And I haven't seen anyone come back to me and say, is that you speaking? So I guess it does trick people. They think it's me.
Well, you get accepted, Dan. I didn't get accepted by technology. So you get rejected sometimes.
Really?
Yes. My video.
Kate's not really good at following instructions.
ELAI.
Yeah, we did a studio version.
And can you put that on the chat as well? I think that's very helpful for everyone.
Yeah, I created an avatar in HeyGen. It's pretty bad. I want to redo it now.
They do a studio version, so they create everything for you. It takes like a week.
Yeah.
And, but Kate, should we continue? I know we're at 10:15.
I know this is really amazing. I think Nicole, we need to have another schedule with you, just Q&A. I think we could go on for 8 hours, right?
I think so.
I think we really need that. And yeah, so again, thank you so much for joining. Our next session is actually on December 7th and then December 21st. So just make sure you check your inbox. We have an amazing different speakers. And of course, Nicole, we'd love for you to come back. We have gazillion, million, trillions of dollars of questions, like Biden said. And this is really awesome. So on behalf of Global Council AI, thank you guys so much. This is really amazing. And hopefully this gives value to you. We are working this to be a nonprofit. I'm still quoting. We have some presence in Malta. We have some leadership in Monaco, hoping to have the Prince of Monaco really part of this as well. So really exciting. This is a nonprofit, really free education for all. And with your help, spreading the word, we're creating more impact. So the roadmap is having 2 classes per month, virtual masterclass like this. And the second phase is if we could provide Starlink to remote areas that really needed Wi-Fi. And the third phase is providing computers to remote areas that really need this. So really, with your help, let's spread the word. And thank you again for joining. I can thank you enough. This is really amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. It was great.
Bye. Awesome. Let's see you guys on social. Spread it.